And then another. And then another.
Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on the Buffalo Fan Base Network. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. Happy Victory Monday to you and all of Bill's Mafia out there.
Woo!
Doesn't it feel good? This one feels really good.
After taking the loss a week ago and having a Monday night rant session,
Yeah,
I will tell you, I feel a whole lot better this week.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was much needed.
It was. I went back and rewatched the game, Tommy. It was not as bad as we thought it was defensively.
Defensively, okay. Until the fourth quarter.
Even the fourth quarter, like you could see the reason why they did some of the things they did. They allowed a couple big plays, and I see why. Like Braylon Spector played really bad. He was lost on a few of them. It wasn't the whole defense. There were certain guys that were out of position that caused what happened, but it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it was. Rewatching it,
I get it, man. I understand that. I didn't rewatch it. I understand, but I'm just going by with what I saw, right? And I understand you got to rewatch, but I'm just pointing this out. We've given up 86 points in 2 games. I understand we went against high, powered offenses. I understand that, but we have to play better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's, and I understand that we were missing pieces. I know we weren't.
I wasn't even going to say that.
I get that part.
I was going to tell you, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, we were up 35-14. Our defense changed. We were just trying to get through the game. Now, that may be a coaching issue.
Right.
Of, we took our foot off the gas a little bit and we shouldn't have, but I'll tell you, the defense wasn't as bad as that 86 points made it out to be.
In the last 2 games, you're saying?
Yeah. Like the game against the Rams, we couldn't do anything. It didn't matter what we tried. The defense was bad. Yesterday, it was like I went back and looked at it with fresh set of eyes, understanding what we were looking at, listened to a lot of people who know a lot of different different things, listened to a lot of, and I went back and rewatched it, and it was I saw a difference. I understood what they were trying to do. Now, does it make me feel great that our coaches took the foot off the gas? No, but I also don't think Braylon Spector is going to be in there, and I don't think, Kareem Jackson's going to be in there and those type of things moving forward. So I'm not as worried as I was.
So you don't think you don't think he puts his foot off the gas with other players in there is what you're saying?
No, I don't think what happens is those guys that were making mistakes allowing big plays. They were out of position allowing big plays.
But you still think he lets the foot off the gas like
at
normal,
times,
correct?
At times he does, yeah. He he puts in backups and does.
But isn't that a dangerous thing to do against a high-powered offense? Don't you think that's a wrong thing to do?
I don't think he does that in the playoffs, though. I really don't.
I really hope not.
I really don't. But I'm saying it wasn't as bad as we thought when we came out of yesterday.
I get it.
Go back and rewatch it, Tommy. It doesn't look nearly as bad.
I understand.
Even Jared Goff said it was garbage time points.
No, I heard that, and I respect that. But it did. I'll tell you what, it came down to an onside kick that almost went their way. And I get it, 12 seconds. What can you do in 12 seconds? Well, guess what? What can you do in 13? I'm just throwing that out there.
Looking at it as
I understand. That's not negative. It's Mikey, not negative. Listen, we played. No, it's not.
You're thinking about the worst case scenario.
No, I'm not looking at the worst case scenario. I want this team, this defense, to start tightening up a little bit, to start playing a little better, to show a little better. They got 3 weeks against some bad teams. I want to see them lights out against some bad teams. That's what I want to see, and I want to see that defense go into the playoffs with a different kind of flow, meaning better energy, more bigger plays. Listen, we had 1 turnover that game, thank God. And by the way, that turnover it was one of the 3 reasons I had why the Bills won that game, right? But you got to play perfect football if your defense gives up that many points. That's all I'm saying. So I just want to see better from the defense moving forward, and maybe that's even on McDermott as well. I can't see that letting off the foot thing. And maybe you're right. Maybe the playoffs. Maybe the playoffs they're different. Maybe I get that, but I don't like that soft zone that he tends to do late in games when we're up. He does it a lot. You know this. We all know this. And he's done this with starting, with our starters in there. So I don't want to hear because it's backups in there and they make me like he's done this a long time. So I just hope that you're right and that philosophy of his changes in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying, because just because you build a big lead in the NFL, that shit can go away just like that. Look at the Rams-Bills game. We were down and we caught up. Before you know it, here and there, before you know it, you're right back in the game. And a stop or 2 later, you could win that game and you were down by 17. Before you know it, you're up. So I'm just saying, I don't want to see that in the playoffs, right? Other than that, I was cool with the game. Like, I thought the Bills defense came out like with the aggressive getting after Goff. Like, I was like, damn, this is what I'm talking about. Ed Oliver was on a mission, and it just seemed to kind of softened up late in the game. And I didn't
in the fourth quarter.
Right. And but against the Lions who could score fast and quick, that was my problem with it. You understand? Because they did score fast and quick. And before you know it, we're in a close game. I get there was little time left, but you never want to be in that situation.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's it.
We can see it a little bit different, and then that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let you know, I went back, like Ed Oliver, our defensive line dominated. Where we struggled,
absolutely. I agree.
Kyer Elam played fantastic. I went back and watched him. He was really good.
I thought he did. Like I didn't think any. I thought he, from what I remember, in that game, because obviously I didn't go back and watch the film again. I watched highlights, but I didn't go back and watch all 22. I thought he did fine. Like I didn't think he was great, but I thought he played pretty good for considering he hasn't been on the field in I don't even know when. It's been weeks and weeks, months practically. So it was good to see him out there.
Yeah, it was. I thought Bishop was better in the second time from earlier. He wasn't great. He was, but I thought he was about DeMar Hamlin.
That's fair. That's fair.
I thought he was in position, he was out of position some, but he's a rookie and he's not going to play a bunch this year. I came away feeling better about Bishop than I did watching the broadcast version of it.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing, Ed Oliver was a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, man. Even Sean McDermott said he heard the noise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that went to my point that we said on the post game, where I'm like, when the players say they don't listen to the outside and they don't bother them, it bothers them. Like I'm telling you, it does. It affects them, and they want to prove a point. And that's exactly what he did. Like, I mean, the coach said so. Like, trust me, he was hearing it. He wanted to quiet people up, and he had a point to prove, and he did just that.
Joey, to tell you, Spector was in there because Dorian got hurt. He hurt his elbow. It wasn't bad enough to where he couldn't have gone back in, but because we had such a big lead, we didn't need to put him back in. Because when we got the lead shrank, he did go back in, and it was a big difference. So Spector was only in there. I don't want to see Spector play at all anymore. I would much rather see Andreessen or Moreau. I'm done watching that guy play. He was bad yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't like his.
2 of the fourth quarter touchdowns were because of him.
He seemed out of place at times, missed tackles.
He was bad.
It just wasn't good from what I recall. So
yeah. It was worse. It was worse on all 22.
Okay.
From what I saw. Detroit's number one scoring offense. We're missing sorry, Mikey. Bills defense couldn't shut up the lines. Are you trying to say that I was crapping on them? I just told you how much better they were.
Yeah, I don't know. So, listen, I don't know. Maybe he's making fun of me. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
No idea. Spins sometimes he's fun.
Yeah. Oliver was so bad against Detroit. He needs to step it up against the Pats.
Oh, I get it.
Trolling.
He's trolling. He's
Tommy, not Mikey. Okay. I'm like, wait a second. I was on here saying it wasn't as bad as it looked on the broadcast.
But I'm not into excuses though.
Yeah.
I don't play that card.
And it wasn't excuses. I was just telling you what I saw.
No, I get it, but I'm talking a spin. I'm not. I don't go by that. Who's in the game? Who's not in the game?
Perfection, man.
I don't want perfection. I don't want 40 points. Listen,
I'll tell you.
You're telling me the Lions. Listen, the Lions have had some games this year where defenses has tightened up on them in the second half, and they've had troubles with their full unit in there. I don't listen. It's our style defense at times that gives up points. Don't tell me that it doesn't. That's what we do. We're a bend, don't break. But when we break, we give up points. That's just a fact. There's Mikey. We've been saying this for years. It's the McDermott way, and yes, it does work a lot of the time. And when we're healthy and we got guys that are capable and do their job, we knuckle down and we give up minimal points. I get that. But when we have guys out and stuff like that, shit don't work. And sometimes even when we got guys in, and you're going against a high-powered offense that knows what they're doing, and sometimes things start getting out of control, then you got to rely on your offense. And I feel like that's what we've done in the last 2 games. And it's worked. It worked out. I just want to see better. That's all. And it's okay to want to see better. What's wrong with that? Yeah, our D does get soft at times.
I don't think there's anything. What made me happier is up the first 3 quarters, you saw a different type of defense.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
saw the aggressive attacking. You saw the double corner blitz. You saw those type of things. And then in the fourth, when we had the 3-score lead, they let off. And maybe McDermott realized that. I'm hoping he checked like, hey, that can't happen anymore. But we also happened that switch also happened right when we lost Bishop and Milano. It was like fuck. Yeah. And then here comes practice squad guys and back into the game. So shit happens. I was just saying, across the board, I thought it was better.
So like I guess my point is, so if he felt that way, right? I'm just going by. I know that, but I'm saying let's just say he felt that way. Let's just say that was the reason why, because guys got hurt and he's like, hey, you know what? We can't be as aggressive. We're going to go soft. We're going to replace soft zone. They were scoring pretty fast. Like it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like it did the opposite. Like it wasn't like they weren't getting big plays on us. They had some fast scoring. So like, why not? My point is, why not stay how you were, just with the same style of defense and being aggressive? Because it wasn't like we were not giving up points at that point. We were still giving up really quick scores. If you go back in that fourth quarter, they were scoring fast. It wasn't like here and little drop, a long extended drive, 3 yards here, 4 yards here, 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock. They went down and scored, boom, just like that.
Yeah, because the guy was out of play and he scored a 66-yard touchdown.
Right. But I'm saying, you were saying that McDermott went to soft zone for a reason, right? So that doesn't happen. But yet
when they started scoring is when he went to the soft zone. That's all I'm saying. And normally when he goes to the soft zone, it's to make them have to march slowly.
Yeah, it didn't march slowly. It marched fast.
Because the guys were missing tackles out of place. Like,
I guess.
I
get what you're saying.
The scheme wasn't wrong for where we were at in the game. The execution was bad.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It does take both.
If you try to do what we were doing before with these backups in there, you saw the one that went to Amon St. Brown that was quick. That was when we stopped doing that because that happened.
Yeah. Was that the one where we almost tipped it?
Third and 17. It went through Bernard's hands and Amon went for 66.
That was a good throw. And that was almost, but he almost got that.
We got burned because we had a single high safety.
No, I get it. I get it.
So he just changed why he was doing it. But then it was just poor execution from a lot of backup guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
either way, the defense is mid. Like it's not some special defense. It's in the middle of the pack.
No. But I'll tell you what though, you do see the difference when McDermott decides to be aggressive.
Yeah.
We can get to the quarterback. Like that's my point. You guys are like a lot of people are not you necessarily, but a lot of people are missing my point. If you watch the game, how we came out aggressive, the D line was rushing. We were sending different exotic blitzes with corner blitzes. We were getting to golf. They were 3 and out on the first 2 drives. We got up 14-0 just like that. If we weren't aggressive to start the game and we were playing the typical kind of zone that we play, who knows how if Detroit doesn't score in their first series or second series and the game's just back and forth. Instead, we build a little lead, and that's really kind of how it happened, and the Detroit was, if you go back in that game, Detroit never, ever tied the game. They never had, they never took the lead, nothing. You know what I mean? They were always playing from behind.
Yeah. And we can agree to disagree. You can't change my opinion on what I saw.
Well, who's talking about? Me?
Yeah, no. Marino's legacy. Stop blaming the backups. It's a scheme.
Okay.
We can agree to disagree. You can't change my opinion. I'll blame whoever the fuck I want to blame.
Woo! Mikey with the F-bomb.
Whoa,
Mikey. Wow.
Here's my thing. I went back and watched it.
Whoa.
I went back and watched it, dude. I watched Braylon Spector be out of position. I watched Alexander be out of position. And when in that 13-second game, I watched Levi Wallace be out of position. That's why me and Levi were never good. Damn. Now, do I like the scheme? No, because he can't find guys.
Sorry. You just got me really. You got me.
Like, listen.
Whoa. I never seen Mike so wild. Why he's so wild?
We can agree to disagree, but Jesus.
Whoa. You got Mikey fuming.
At the end of the day, I can have my opinion. Woo. You want to come on here and debate me on that? Come on. We'll send you the link. But make sure you go back and watch the All 22 and then come see me.
Yeah.
Don't try to debate me based off of what happened in 2021 in a 13-second game that had different guys in a different setup. It could be a whole lot worse. Imagine what the Lions fans are saying about Dan Campbell today with the onside kick with 12 seconds. Or what they're saying about Mike McDaniel, who just crapped the bed when their playoffs were on the line.
Yeah, I get it.
It could be a whole lot worse.
I could see both sides of this argument. I understand where some of the chat's going with this because I think that's where I stand a little bit on it. I also get where you're coming from, Mikey. I understand. I understand both sides. I totally get it. I think what we all can agree on is just we need to see it a little better. That's all. Going into the playoffs, I don't want the foot off the gas. I do want aggressive defense. Like, we've gone down this road too many times in the playoffs where the defense has let us down. And that is facts. You guys can say what you want. You can argue that. But the truth of the matter is the defense has let us down way more than the offense in the playoffs. And I guess that's where my concern lies with these last 2 games. So my point is this, we got 3 games left. If we can get healthy, get some of our defenders back in time for the playoffs, and we can at least get some of that, we're not giving up a lot of points. We have a little mojo going into the playoffs. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see a little bit more aggression going into the playoffs because you can't do that against the better teams. That's all I'm saying. And I think McDermott, maybe this is a lesson learned too from him. And he has to understand, like, like teams with good offenses can get right back into a game no matter what the score is. So that's all I'm saying.
Do you read future? He's going to flush another Lombardi.
Listen, if we're talking, I'm guessing legacy, you kind of feel how we feel about McDermott. So I don't know if you ever, I don't recall your name. So maybe it's the first time you're watching the channel. Me and Mikey, listen, we have our feelings about McDermott, and we're probably on the same page as you with McDermott, right? McDermott's been a good coach, but we have our opinions on him about what he does in the playoffs and how he crumbles and how his defenses have let us down. He's a defensive-minded head coach. We get that. Like, we're all on board with you on that. I we don't disagree. But we've seen a change this year a little bit from McDermott. Okay, we have. And we're hoping that changes in the playoffs and we can go on a run. Because, listen, here's the deal. He's not going anywhere. So we could bitch and we can whine and complain. McDermott's here to stay for a little while more. So let's just hope he gets it together in the playoffs, and let's hope the offense stays hot, because we're going to need them to stay hot.
Ty Johnson did definitely help. You know, I will say, at the end of the day, I'm talking about a single game.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
And what I saw from it.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, and I'm not gonna try to be like, oh, he's gonna piss away this Lombardi. I'm gonna lean on the side of, I'm hoping he comes through for us and we win it.
Exactly. Like, we'll put it this way: it'll be the last.
Day he pisses it away. If he's the one that pisses it away, we'll talk about it. But until then, I'm not coming in negative. I'm coming in positive.
Exactly. We already did that last week, guys. We did a 2-hour rant. So look, we're gonna refrain from that for a while. We're gonna hold off until the end of the year. And when the end of the year comes, let's hope it's the Super Bowl and we don't have to talk about this. That's it. That's all. That's all I want.
Triggs. That's an intriguing way. They should have put Tron on St. Brown the whole game. The problem is Tron doesn't only play the slot, and they were moving St. Brown all over to get the matchup they wanted. Let's start up that rant again. I don't want to start that rant again. I'm trying to stay happy.
Yeah,
I go into a dark place and I don't like myself.
Yeah. I've done so many videos on it, man. It's kind of
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll wait till the end of the year. We'll go from there.
And mommy comes first, Beth. So you do you. I'm glad you're here. Tattoo Tommy 2025. That's right.
I hope so. I really do.
Send it, Mikey. Send me the link. I'm definitely professional.
Master. Oh my God.
Later. Okay, let's do Around the League. You ready for Around the League? We got that one. We got that one.
Whoa, hey-o. All right, let's get to it.
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
There was professionals. Sorry, go ahead.
High ankle sprain. They're saying he may not play this week.
No. That's not good.
Yep. You know, the Lions yesterday had a really bad day. They lost not only Liam McNeil for the year, they lost one of their corners for the year. They also lost Knuckles for the year.
Oh. That sucks.
So
that does
just
suck.
Sonic
now. By the way, Lions fans out there, like, I want to that, like, we feel your pain with injuries. Like, we totally understand what you're going through. It's never good losing key players. Never good losing any player for the season or whatever, but key players, guys that, like, matter a lot.
Knuckles.
We know the feeling. We know the feeling all too well. So, yeah, man, sorry about, like, it's not our issue, not our fault, but it happens. It's football. Week 15, there's going to be injuries, man, unfortunately.
Knuckles is Montgomery. They go by Sonic
Montgomery.
and Knuckles. And
right.
Montgomery
Sonic is Gibbs and Montgomery. Yep.
Just
by the way, they're talking about having an 18th game of the season. Crazy. They better put the roster up if they're going to do that. Just a heads up. If the NFL winds up having an 18th game,
they're going to. Well, they talked about the 18th game, and the latest proposal was expanding the rosters to 65.
That's what I'm talking about. You have to.
Yeah, I think it's like 60 or 65 or something like that. But then also having 2 bye weeks.
Good. Players need it, man.
I am 100% with you, Legacy. That's my overall feeling about McDermott. My biggest fear is he's gonna be here and ruin Josh's legacy, and we're never gonna get over the hump. However, I don't want to stay in that dark place, so I'm finding the positives in what I'm seeing this year. So that is my biggest fear.
If you listen, very honest, if you really want to dial into what we think, when you're done watching this live, if you have time, just go back to last week's Monday night podcast and just let it ride because it's everything you want.
It's a 2-hour McDermott bash session.
It's everything you want. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Okay.
What happened? He tore his MCL. McNeil tore his ACL. Montgomery tore his MCL, and then the corner broke his jaw.
How the hell's that happen? That's crazy.
Happened early in the game too. I don't know. I have no idea what happened to him.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
I feel bad for that
broke
dude,
his foot.
Man. That's terrible, man.
That's why Gibbs got that rushing touchdown, not Montgomery on the goal line. Didn't notice him. Yeah, like Montgomery came back in and played, but not much. Like he only.
I noticed him.
Carries.
Yeah, I noticed didn't he come back at one point?
He did,
and then maybe
he tried to play.
Maybe they realized. Yeah,
couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's brutal. Tough guy though. Come back with that.
Yeah, Brad Holmes should be GM of the year for getting all the serviceable players, considering all of their IR guys. Yeah, if you look at it, Brandon Bean did that 1 year because we ended up going to I think that was the AFC Championship year, right, or the 13-second year. But he won GM of the year because we had a ton of guys on IR and we still won.
Yep.
That goes into it. Although they'll probably give it to the Eagles GM because of how good they are this year.
Yeah, they're having a good year. My God, did you see the Bucks just tear up on the Chargers the other day?
Oh my God. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans.
Shit.
Thank you very much, Mike Evans.
Man, that dude's a beast, bro.
He was having a field day with the Chargers.
Yeah, bro. I didn't see that coming. I thought the Chargers were going to win at home, but whoo.
Yep. Chubb broke his foot yesterday.
Yeah,
it was rough. Man. It was rough. Okay.
Poor dude, man.
Let's keep going through this. 49ers suspend Campbell. They cleaned out his locker. They did not cut him.
Oh, interesting. Well, they probably will. I was they will.
But they suspended him first so they can take his money before they cut him.
Sneaky bastard.
Chiefs waive ex-first round pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Wow. Remember when he came out his first game? He had like a really good game.
He killed us when he came to Buffalo the first time.
Yeah, but he had a good season that year. I remember.
Good rookie. He had a great rookie year.
Yeah, and then what the hell happened? Fell apart, man. Fell apart.
Yep. Time to call Klein. That's Lions can call Klein.
Yeah. I feel bad for them then.
Didn't we? Okay, so Seahawks optimistic about quarterback Geno will play on Sunday. So Geno went down, right? You saw that Geno went down.
I did. Yep.
I guess there's no structural damage. It's just going to be pain tolerance.
Okay. So I can see him returning.
Ravens excuse wide receiver Johnson from team activities.
That's the guy.
Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
The guy they traded for. They suspended him last week, and then he requested to be away from the team, and they granted his request.
Okay. Well,
Tomlin optimistic about Watt's availability versus Ravens. You saw what happened to TJ Watt, right?
Yep.
Non-contact. They say it's an ankle sprain or a foot sprain.
Okay. All right.
But that's way better than what I thought. It looked like he either broke his foot or tore his Achilles.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. You need that guy on your team, man. Guy's a game wrecker.
Yes, that was that. I did see that. Scott, no damage to Allen or Brown. Both good to go. Milano walking around doing well today.
They say day to day, right?
Yeah. Milano is doing well too, so that's a positive. Then maybe they caught it early, and because we were up, they just yanked him. You know what I mean?
Smart. No, it's smart. And he's still getting back into NFL game shape. You know what I mean? Like they're still working it. Even though he started, I still think he's not all there yet.
Triggs, you're not wrong on the whole Deontay Johnson thing. Although he was a really good citizen in Carolina, but he was also being fed the ball in Carolina. He learned from AB and Juju and Claypool, and that was like that little crew. You know, I'm with you, Scott. Now, the reason why Elam's been inactive recently is because he doesn't play special teams. And that's really the reason why. But the second that he was going to be able to play, he played, and he played well. Like, I thought, I went back and watched it. He played pretty well. You know, there was a couple small things that's going to happen with a guy who doesn't play a bunch. But overall, like, he hung with JMO all day. Like,
he played well.
I was pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, JMO's tough. He's fast, bro. That's a tough guard. It's not
also easy. His position coach came out and just praised him about being ready.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
It makes me feel better about him fighting for a starting job next year when Rasul's gone.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, man, we just got to hope McDermott is seeing what he's producing on the field when he gets the opportunity. I mean, really, that's what it's about. I mean, I don't know what's going on in practice. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's not.
I wonder if McDermott just doesn't like his personality, because there's guys that he just doesn't use that are super productive everywhere.
I mean, give him credit. He did start him over Ingram. We all thought Ingram was going to get the nod. Yeah. So,
and you didn't see Ingram much at all yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. So he clearly went with the better DB.
It makes me wonder,
thought was the better DB.
Did he go with him, or did Babbage and DB coach
fight for him? Maybe
fight for him.
We'll never know, but it's possible. We'll never know that. Did you see, by the way? I don't remember the game.
Does their special team play special teams?
I don't remember the game yesterday, but they played a highlight of it where a defensive tackle, I think it was a defensive tackle, he slapped the guy in the helmet or in the face.
Yeah, that was Jalen Carter. And no, that was the Eagles.
Eagles, that's right. I'm sorry.
Went over to yell at him.
Yes,
and the defensive line coach
yes,
in front of him, letting them talk to him.
Yeah, he said, "Yo, I've already had that talk. You just go over there and relax your ass."
Right? Like,
that's good. He basically stuck up for his guy. Like, he was like, not stuck up for him, but he was protecting him.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, he's already heard it. I already talked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he don't need to hear it, from you now. You know what I mean? Like, we already got on his head. Like, I'm assuming that's what they did. But yeah, man, you don't see that often now. Very, very rare you see a position coach jump in like that on a head coach.
Jason, they won't steal him off the practice squad. They can't. Hyde has to agree to go. Hyde had other offers, and he came back to Buffalo. He said Buffalo or nowhere, so he's not going anywhere. I do think Hyde's gonna be up, and God, we could have used him yesterday.
We really could have, yeah.
We really could have used him yesterday. He just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, I am curious when he does get called up, though. It might be soon. It really might be, especially now. Well, it might even be. I'll be honest with you. It might even be like the last week when we're potentially resting.
I'm hoping it's this week.
Just throwing that out there. No, it could be. It could be too. I don't know the injuries or whatever, but he may see some time soon.
I hope he does, and then I hope McDermott sees that he should be starting safety next to Rapp.
That would be wild if he just comes out and just is the Hyde we remember.
That'd be beautiful. It would be. It would be absolutely beautiful. Okay. And then Drod Mayo comes out and says comments on the Pats offense was defensive. I guess there was some issues in his post game. Drod Mayo's ran into a few post game issues this year. Talked about, his team being soft and all kinds of stuff. Like, that's not a good way to keep your locker room, supporting you.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how long he lasts in New England. That's a fact. But I will say this though. They seem like they are rebuilding the correct way, unlike the Jets and the Dolphins. So now it just bounces back to, is he the right guy? Because the GM can give him all the talent in the world and build the right team, but if he's not the right guy, you got a problem on your hand. So we'll see. Verdict's still out on him, man. Hey, most interesting man in the chat.
I bet you are getting excited.
Good for you, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Scott knows the most interesting man in the chat. Yes.
We punted the ball one time, Callie. And it was a beautiful punt by Martin. Dropped him at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it was like, I remember that. Yep.
It's a beautiful punt. Bro McDermott has this thing of if you're not great in practice, you're not starting. He was doing that with Brian Winters. He was doing it with Puna Ford. He does all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah.
Yet the guy will be great in practice and then suck in the game, and I'll keep starting him. You know, cough, cough, Nate Peterman.
right. Yeah.
Elam's big, fast, and tall. McDermott just doesn't like him. Just set him free. Guy needs a chance. I'm with you, T-Dobbs. Also, we were able to play man coverage yesterday because he was out there. And it helped us. He is a man corner.
Yeah, not fast though. I don't think I'm not saying he's slow. Yeah, but he's not like he may be. You think he's a fast? Maybe. Yeah, he's all right. We don't have like fast DBs.
He's the fastest corner.
He may be our fastest corner. Yeah, I guess that's fair to say. But we don't have fast corners, and you know.
Do you think Shakir's fast?
Do I think Khalil Shakir is fast? Yeah, I get it, but Khalil Shakir is faster. I think he's faster than Elam. I'm just saying from what I see, Elam. Maybe I just think Shakir's faster. I could be wrong, but
on a stopwatch.
Well, if they're clocked, they're clocked. But I don't see. I see Elam get now. Mind you, it could be just because the guy ran a great route on him. You're right, because there is some separation there. Also, the thing about Elam, he gets back on the ball though.
Mm-hmm. Also, it could be that Khalil knows where he's going, so he can run full speed, and Elam
that is true. It is different. It is different. It is different when you're backing up. Yeah.
Yep,
going forward.
Touche.
I would say DBs. That's a tough. If you think about it, that is a super tough position to play because you're going against a guy that knows which direction he's going. You have no.
He's running forwards, and you're running backwards,
right? And you have no idea where he's going. Like. You have to stop on it. Like boy, that's a tough position when you think about it. My God, that's a tough position.
No word on Cole Bishop though. He's just starting to look solid. Bishop had cramps. He's gonna be fine. I wish he'd get more play too. But Rapp has been so good.
Rapp has been good.
Rapp has been so good this year.
Absolutely.
And Rapp's only 25. He's young. So he's going to be with us for a while. It's going to be Bishop and Rapp next year. Is going to be our safety combo. So, is our defense better with Elam and Bishop? Depends what kind of defense you want to run. If we want to run man, yes.
Yeah. If we want
to do some press man with blitzing and some stuff like that, absolutely. He's not as good as Douglas in the zone. I do think Bishop's better than Hamlin, but that's just me. And I'm not a big Hamlin guy, but that's just me. I like where your head's at. If we need linebacker help, move Vaughn linebacker.
He will never go. He won't go
outside.
Back. It's not happening.
Vaughn will never go to the outside. We don't need linebacker help though. Really, we have plenty of depth linebackers. Why he chose to put Spectre out there freshly off the IR, I have no idea.
Because he doesn't trust Buffalo Joe yet. I mean,
Buffalo Joe was in the middle, and
no, I get it. I'm just saying he doesn't.
Should have been Moreau
or Moreau too, who's a veteran. You're right. He should have been in there too. I don't. Once again, some of the decisions he makes as head coach, I don't. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Height is smaller, and this is not what he came back for both technically. So this NFL is what happens. Yeah, chances are Hyde doesn't play. He came back to be a coach, to be around the guys one last time before he signs off and goes away. But I would still love it. Cool.
All right, good stuff, buddy.
Anyone see Burrow and his coaches going at it, and Burrow was chewing him out? Yeah, Burrow was like there was. Like, I don't know if you were on Twitter much yesterday, but there was a lot of the lip readers that people were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild what people were coming up with.
From what I'm gathering, and of course, could be nothing, but he was upset that, and I'm sure you heard about this. Like, he's friends with the coach. Their coach is really good friends with the other coach, and he didn't want to run the score up, and they did. They wound up scoring a touchdown, and he was upset about it, he thought, or something. And Joe Burrow was like, that's bullshit or something like.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know. We have no idea.
I've also seen ones where he was telling them and said, this is bullshit. You suck. You should trade me to Seattle.
I don't think.
Like, there's been so many good ones.
Why would he say Seattle? Like, no.
I don't know.
I don't know if any player. Now I could see a player saying trade me.
Why?
But
Because
not to a specific team.
Mike McDonald's there, and a lot of players like Mike McDonald.
Yeah, but why would Seattle like? Why?
You see Joey B with DK and JSN.
Sure, but they're not.
They're not trading him, but it's just funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Rap so good at hurting your own teammates.
He hasn't done that in a while. Yeah, first game of the season, that wasn't even his fault.
A great white safety. Oh God,
that's what what's his name said, right? Coming out of the draft, you said that. Yeah. Somebody said that.
Someone said it on Twitter, and then I said it on the draft thing when it happened, and you laughed.
I thought somebody said that though, like a national media guy.
They did, and then it went all over Twitter.
Okay, but who was it? What?
There's so many draft pundits. Who freaking knows?
Oh, I think it was Sims. I think it was Chris Sims, wasn't it? I'm almost sure it was.
I used to like Sims, but man, he is so bad now.
He's so cheesy, bro.
So cheesy.
I cannot watch anything he's involved with. I haven't even seen him in the whole year. I refuse.
Yeah.
I just go right past it.
Moreau's not on the team.
Well, spin with some breaking news. I didn't know that. Did he get cut? I had no idea. Maybe so. I mean, I don't pay attention to
you run the chat. Let me look this up.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, Spin. We're doing a fact check on you, and we're not trying to say you don't know what you're talking about, but we have to check.
Tommy wants to say you don't know what you're talking about.
No, I listen. I don't honestly. I don't pay attention to Morrow. I try not to. I mean, maybe I should, but I don't.
I don't pay attention. He got released.
Not the players that haven't seen the field all year. I mean, kill me on that one. I should know my team, but
yeah, you should. You freaking.
He got released. Jason N says it right here. So everyone's saying he got released. Well, he got cut.
When did he get released?
I have no idea. Once again, I don't pay attention to guys who don't see the field. So
show's cut. So it's just recently. So he must have been cut in the most recent round. Because it shows him as cut on the team's active thing. Well,
listen, I'm sure he's out there fishing somewhere. If we need him, I'm sure they can pick him up. Unless he got scooped up, which I mean, do you Spin? Do you know if he did he get picked up? Did he get picked up by anybody?
No, not
Spin's
right now.
on top of it. Spin's on top of it, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Detroit. They could use a guy.
Oh, there you go. And he is a veteran. That would be a smart pickup. That's actually really, really, that'd be a good landing spot.
He's about to get picked up by the Bills. It wouldn't be surprised me if they cut him just to bring him back. That seems like a Bill.
We've done that. We've done that before. You know what I mean? Yep.
Oh, he was cut to bring Spectre back. Got it. Man, that was a bad choice.
Yeah, good old Spectre. BS.
God, he was bad yesterday, man. He was so bad.
He was.
And I've always been a big fan of his, but
not me. I thought he was okay, except for his injuries always happening.
Happy to have Mac Hollins. Yeah, Mac Hollins is clutch. He's been so good, and he's a guy who just loves doing the dirty stuff and is so excited about being out there.
Yep.
I'm guessing. Don't know exactly why. It's the same thing that's been. Listen, we're also about to bring back Tylen Grable, the tackle, because we only have eight offensive linemen on our roster. So someone's going to have to get cut. And they're saying it's going to be someone from the defensive line. So my question to you is, who on the defensive line's cut?
EU, who doesn't ever see the field?
Who?
I don't know.
No, that's linebacker. I'm talking about on the defensive line. EU's a linebacker. Eddie U?
I thought he was. I don't know why I thought. No,
he's an outside backer.
I have to go on
okay, so let's talk about it. On at edge, we have Hill. We have our rookie. We have Miller. Like those guys aren't going to go anywhere. But our backup defensive tackles are Austin Johnson, Phillips.
I don't think he goes.
Carter, or Q Johnson.
Maybe Q.
Quentin.
Yeah, maybe him.
You think Q's the one that goes?
Maybe.
I think it should be Hill.
Hill hasn't been good either. You're right. It could be either one of those.
You could play DT or D end.
Yeah, I
we
don't
have
think it'll be
Q
Phillips.
back. You know, I would like to keep Q if it's possible. Oh, my last one that I had for around the league before we close this out is Purdy's been in discussions about a new contract. Tommy, do you think the 49ers should pay Brock Purdy?
Not a shit ton of money. I wouldn't.
Well,
I wouldn't.
you
No,
know,
I think
you
he's
know what the market is right now. Tua
I
just
don't
got
care what
60.
I don't give a fuck what the market is. I'm gonna give you, if I'm the GM there, I ain't making that mistake like a lot of teams have made recently. I'm gonna throw my offer out there. I think he's 40 million. I won't go above
Daniel
that.
Jones.
Yeah, I won't go. Yeah, because the market's gone up. I get that. So you got to be fair. He did go to a Super Bowl. But if he's not willing to budge if he's not willing to stay at 40, like take
40
that,
is
right?
the bottom of the market right now.
I don't care. Listen, I don't think he's.
You're talking about him going to a Super Bowl, and now you're going to give him bottom of the market money.
I don't think he's that been. I'm not. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm not impressed by him. I think he was a steal, no doubt about it. Last pick in the draft. I think he's a quarterback, but I don't think he's worth $60 million. No, I honestly do not think he's worth that. And you're going to put yourself in a big hole if that guy doesn't work out. And look what he's doing this year with guys are going down. He's underperforming. Like he just doesn't. He needs a team of stars built around him. I feel to be effective. Mm-hmm. Other than that, he's an average quarterback without those guys, and that's not good enough to pay $60 million. So if I'm the 49ers, look, I give him an offer. If he doesn't want to take it, maybe you shorten up the offer. Maybe you give him a lesser deal, maybe like a 3-year contract or something small instead of a long term. Give him a little bit more on a short term,
and you guaranteed. Kind of like the Kirk Cousins deal.
Yes, and you draft a quarterback, and you fucking and a year later, and you fucking sit him behind him.
All right, kind of like what they did with Penix.
Yeah, and who cares if it doesn't work out? Okay, you lost a little bit, but you fucking still have him on the roster as a backup, right, or whatever, and you have your rookie, and there you go. Exactly what the Falcons did.
They're talking about. So would you give him 3 years, 180, $60 million a year?
55,
3 years,
something like
because they're talking 60 plus.
Oh, God, it's too much, man. I would do 150, which is a shit ton of money for a 7th round draft pick. You should be fucking loving that. I would give him a 3-year 150, a lot of guarantee on it, since and you draft a quarterback the year later or something like that.
3 years, 150, 110 guaranteed.
Dude, that's a ton. That's a shit ton of money, bro. That's a lot of money, bro.
Just to see how that plays out. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, since we're already down this rabbit hole,
yeah.
Sam Darnold, are you paying him if you're the Vikings?
It's rough decision
because they have JJ, who they drafted last year, who just had a second knee surgery.
Yeah, that's a tough decision, and you don't know yet with JJ. One, you don't even know. You have no idea.
That's why
what you're getting, even when he was healthy, you don't know because he was a rookie. You don't
from Sam.
You know what you're getting from Sam. Maybe you do a similar deal, man. You give him a
3-year 150.
What did Baker get? 3, 4, 5-year deal for Tampa?
Yeah. I think he got a 4-year 170. That's
maybe
really like a 3-year 100.
You give him a 3. Yes, I would do the same thing. You give him because then you have time for to see what you got in the guy you drafted, right? In JJ, right? Plenty of time. You give him like a 4-year deal. Fuck it. You right? That's what I would do. And by that time, you should know. Matter of fact, even when you find out, let's say Sam Darnold continues to play at a high level, right? Hypothetically. Well, guess what? They can go and trade JJ for somebody that thinks JJ might be the real deal, and then boom, now you got your 2nd round or something, whatever.
That's what the old Green Bay thing with Favre. They just kept trading their backups.
Yeah,
you come in, they look real good in the
Right.
preseason, and then
Yes,
they trade them.
You know who else did that? A lot of teams. New England.
New England did that
with,
a bunch.
With what was
Jimmy
his name?
G with Brissett.
No, the other guy,
Mallet?
Castle.
Mallet too.
Yeah,
like they did
right.
like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just throwing that out there. There's been backups that gotten good deals, and they went to shit.
Nick Foles.
Oh, Nick
won
Foles
the Super Bowl and then got like a big deal. It's just like nope,
Jacksonville, right? The Jaguars. Oops.
Yep. I think they're with the Rams too. I think both of them paid him.
Yeah,
I think after the Super Bowl, he went to the Rams. Then that didn't work out, so they sent him back, and then he did really good again in Philly. So he went to Jacksonville, and that didn't work out.
Gotta be real careful.
Joey comes in and says, "I heard the Bills are about to talk with Josh about a contract extension." Yes, it won't be. He won't change his numbers next year because they've already figured that out. But
yeah,
Josh is about to get broken off.
Absolutely, and deserves it. Whatever he wants, you got to pay him. I don't care what it is. You
I don't
have
think
to,
any
you have to
quarterback
keep him
should get
happy
more
and
than
keep him here.
45, and I think top 5 quarterbacks should get more than 40. Top 6 should get 30. Well, the higher the revenue goes in the NFL, the more money those guys make.
Did you hear? Did you watch Cowherd today talk about the contracts, about Josh Allen and all the other contracts out there? He made a great point. He's like, look, I would never. He's like, I would never like pay like 60 or whatever, like something. So
that's
ridiculous.
what the guy that John Middlecoff that he does the recaps. He said that too. He's like, you couldn't because you can't. He's like, you'd have to fire me before I would give somebody that much money
because
they didn't have these special talents.
And that's what he was saying about Allen. He's like, bro, but Allen's not just a quarterback. He's like running back. He's like, he does so much different things than just a quarterback does. That's like those kind of guys. Yeah, you pay because he offers more than the other guys. You get what I mean? For everything that he does. So, he was saying there's only like a couple quarterbacks he would pay.
Allen going to be $100 million a year QB? I don't think so. I don't think Allen would want that because he wants guys around him.
They would listen. That too. And and the only way I can see something massive deal, bro, is if they did something like they did with Mahomes, where they stretch it out a long 10 year, you know what I mean, where like it makes sense, like where they're not fucked, you know what I mean,
or he gets the $500 million over the next,
right, so it looks massive, and it is, but it's stretched so far out
that they can play with the numbers and keep guys around him.
Exactly. So I could see a deal like that where we're like, damn, Josh Allen's here for 10 years, whatever. You know what I mean? We're going to be like
$650 million, 65 a year, but really it's probably going to be more like a 6-year deal.
Right.
Than the 10 and the last 4 is going to be able to play with it. Like, I'd see something like that coming.
And they know the cap's going to continue to go up. So it's not really like, oh my God, we're going to be stuck.
Josh is making 43 a year.
Right. Yeah. If I'm them, that's what I do. I give them a long-term deal. Give him a
10-year deal.
That's what I'm saying. Give him a long 10-year
and then
shit ton of money.
The back 4 that you can cut off if you want. If he retires.
Exactly. Set him up, make him happy, and spread the money through the years. That's it.
If they gave Josh a contract extension, what do you think the number would be? I think Dak just got 60 plus. So I'm guessing Josh would come in probably around 65.
He could get 70, bro.
65.
He could. He absolutely could. Especially if
is he going to get the Soto contract?
If he keeps breaking
years, 780 something million,
dude. If he keeps breaking records like he is, and he wins the MVP, just throwing shit like that out there, all that matters, bro. All that matters when you go and look at it. The numbers don't lie. The amount of playoffs he's making, like I said, the records he's setting. Bro, his agent's going to be like, bro, you're not going to ever find this anywhere else. He's worth 75. I'm telling you. Let's not
talk about overpaying. We paid Vaughn a shit ton, and
it's a different story, Joey. You think Josh Allen is Von Miller? Like, one, they're different age. 2, Josh Allen's not Von Miller. And
would you rather see
that
Josh walk
situation's
away
not-
in 3 years?
Right. And that situation's totally different. Like, do you think you see Josh Allen doing anything? Matter of fact, you don't even hear a peep from Josh Allen. Anything. But bro, that guy's so low key. He does nothing like that. So no concern.
We need to pay Darnold QB in the wings. Darnold has one good year. Wouldn't trust track record unless they win the Super Bowl. It's like gambling. Now, I'm not sure, Randy. I'm not sure I'd even trust if they won the Super Bowl, because you had people like Joey Flacco that won the Super Bowl. You had Trent Dilfer that won the Super Bowl. You had Brad Johnson who won a Super Bowl. You had Nick Foles who won a Super Bowl. Just because they have that Super Bowl ring doesn't mean that they're going to, Now, if I was the Vikings with Darnold, I would franchise him this year. Pay him the 40-something, 1 year 40-something, and see if he does it again next year. If he does it again next year, then pay him.
Then it is what it is. Yeah. That's smart too. You're right. That's a smart idea.
It's QB in the wings. But you don't know what that QB is. First off, that QB's never thrown more than, I think he has less.
Oh, talking about JJ?
Yeah, has less than 500 passing attempts in college.
Yeah.
All they did was run in Michigan. Nobody has any idea what he is. He could be Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, listen. The thing with him, and I have a lot of Michigan fans here in Detroit. He has a big arm, for sure. He's mobile. He's not super mobile. He can run out the pocket. But like Mikey said, they didn't use him a lot in the passing game. They had an excellent running game, so he doesn't have a lot of early film on him. But I will say this: he looked good in his one preseason game, but so did Nathan Peterman. Means really nothing. So that's why I say I would keep Darnold around for a couple seasons while you see what you can get with JJ. And worst case scenario, best case scenario, if Darnold continues to play like he's playing this year, okay, you shop JJ. It's real simple. And that's what I would do. Or you shop Darnold if you really are that high on JJ. You could do the opposite. You know what I mean? They're really good.
Franchise him and then trade him. Spain comes in and says there's going to be a point to where the cap stopped going up. They're reeking of all the benefits of all the new TV deals, but eventually no more TV deals. You're right, but that's why they've already gotten to gambling. Gambling goes up every year, and they get a piece of that.
Yep. And don't forget, there's a reason why they're doing games out of the country too. They're getting more sponsors out of the country. And trust me, there's also
gambling money is so.
There's
big.
also the gambling TV shows, also all these Hard Knocks in season. And I'm telling you guys, I told you guys, and I know you probably all forgot. I promise you, in time, the NFL will make every team do a one of those Hard Knocks. I promise.
Yeah, they're making the whole North Division right now. Do it.
It's exactly. So I called it a year ago. I said you're going to see it's going to be mandatory, just like going out of the country. Remember that? It used to be just here and there, a team here. Now it's every team has to do it.
Every team will have to do it.
Yep. So get ready because it's coming. Get ready.
They need to give Josh the record.
McDermott's going to hate it, by the way. Oh, he's going to hate it so much.
God, I mean, they made Dayball and Shane look so bad.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
How did they agree to let that out?
I don't know. Right? They should have. I don't know.
Give Allen 50 a year at 10 years. He's staying around him. Here's the problem. Dak's making 60. He's not.
What? Yeah. You think he's taking less than Dak? That's not happening, bro. That is not happening. Allen does so much more. You might see a
10-year, $600 million at 60 a year.
Maybe.
Or 65 a year.
I still say it's around the 70 range, bro. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be damn close. If it's not 70, it's gonna be like 65.
Okay, cool, Randy. I just want to make sure me and you were on the same page. Tommy and Mikey, I have my own radio station.
Oh man, do you have a song?
Man, you
request?
are a busy dude.
My God, Mr. Fulton, the most interesting man in chat. Yeah, play. I don't know. I don't know what's a good song, classic rock song. I don't know. Play something classic rock. How about that?
Give me a little Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train.
There you go, little Ozzy for Mikey.
Give me a little Ozzy Crazy Train.
There you go.
You know, if I was Josh, I would test free agency. If
Some Sweet Home Alabama.
If McDermott screws this up, he may.
Yeah,
Josh is a loyal dude. He's not playing anywhere but Buffalo. He loves it here. He's built his house here. He's just not going anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Chiefs
this.
Kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom. Playoffs. Yes.
Okay.
It is the playoffs. We'll see you in the playoffs.
Yeah. I hope Mahomes is okay.
Yeah, we do, man. It sucks, dude. It's never good.
I hate seeing guys go down like that.
Especially your main
good
dude.
one, Beth.
Mr. Brightside.
Like the way
there
they
you go.
crunched him too yesterday. He's so lucky he only walked out with a sprain.
Bro, that looked bad, dude.
Yeah, it did.
That looked really bad.
I can see Josh taking an 8-year at 55.
No. He's not taking fit, bro. There's no way he's taking less than Dak, bro. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be in that 65, 70 range, bro. And they're gonna have no problem. Or really, are you gonna care? Is anyone gonna care if he even made 70 here in the chat? As long as he's here to say no one gives a shit. It's not our money. And you think Brandon Beane is that naive to not work it out where he has enough in the cap to still make sign players, get free, pay his draft picks? Like, of course, bro. He's not dumb. Like, not gonna happen.
Mahomes made a steal like Superman. Like, dude, that dude played in the playoffs on a sprained ankle. I don't disagree with that. That dude is just almost like Gumby.
Oh, absolutely.
He's almost like Gumby. Remember Gumby?
I remember Gumby.
He's kind of like that. I
used to have a coworker look like Gumby. I call him Gumby. Yeah, he'd come on his bicycle, and I call him Gumby. He was so thin and bendy. It's like, what's going on, Gumby?
Oh, we really haven't talked about Milano much tonight, Randy. He says, "What are your feelings about Milano? I love the guy. Met his wife and Jax before. Was a wonderful person, but I think that this is his last run with the Bills. Just not durable. He's okay. He was walking around. They pulled him off as precaution yesterday. We were up 3 scores when they did, so there was no point in leaving him out there. I mean, ultimately, that almost came back to bite us, but
yeah,
we don't need to go back down that rabbit hole. That just makes me mad. I think he's going to be here as long as he wants to be here. He's one of those McDermott guys, and for all the things that Elam's not, Milano is.
The only way I could see him gone is if he suffers another injury, like a big injury, bro. Then they're going to pull the Trey White on him. They have no choice, bro. You can't keep going through the same.
Because we can't get rid of him next year without eating a crap ton of dead cap.
Right? Yeah, that I don't see. But
the year after, I can see him being here one more year and then figuring it out. He's also a super millennial dude who doesn't have a lot, doesn't want a lot. I could see him, taking a pay cut to stay.
Yeah.
He's that type of dude. Like Von Miller took a pay cut to stay.
He did. Yep.
So Dalvin Cook is breaking off Twitter about the Bills paying his brother. Reminds me of Diggs' brother.
Oh, is he still talking?
Yeah.
Oh, well. You could talk all you want. Means nothing.
It's what?
I don't think
3? He's not getting paid.
I don't think our GM gives 2 shits about what Dalvin Cook has to say.
Has a really rough run coming up. Yeah. 2 games in 5 days and 3. I heard it's 3-11. Is it 3-15? I heard they had 3-11 days.
I know they got the Christmas game, and it's like right after a game they play on
this Saturday.
Friday. They have Friday, a game Saturday. Is it Friday?
So it's this Saturday, and then it's
and
Christmas.
Then they play Wednesday.
Yep, and then they turn around and play Saturday or Thursday or something like that. But it's like brutal. It's like 3 and 11 or 15 days. It's like a brutal stretch, all against good teams.
Yeah, that's
they go Texans. Who is it this week? Yeah, it's Texans.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Denver.
Yeah, and I believe they're at Pittsburgh, right? and at Denver. I think they finished on the road both games. I could be wrong, but
Yeah. Mahomes signed that, 10-year, $500 million, and then they gave him more money into it.
no, they did it right.
yeah.
They knew what was up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made him happy and spread it out.
Josh signed a 7-year at 47 a year, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mahomes was getting the 50, and Josh came to him and said, "I don't need to be the highest paid." And then you have Dak and Trevor Lawrence and Tua all getting paid more than Mahomes.
But look, they paid Josh 47 at that time. Josh has gotten better since that time, right? That I'm telling you, that contract's going to go way up. It ain't going to be 50. You think he's worth $3 million more a season than what we gave him the first time?
I said $10 million for 50 years, not 10 years for $50 million.
50 years, Alan. You're never going anywhere, pal.
But still,
the oldest quarterback in the league. 75
80 years old, still getting paid.
He's still trying to leap people at 65.
Yeah. On top of all that, Mahomes has a high ankle sprain. Yeah. It looked bad too. Like I've never seen Mahomes come out of a game except when he dislocated his kneecap. Like even when he did the high ankle sprain last time, he went back in. It was weird. Granted, it was a playoff game, so it was different. This wasn't a playoff game, so there's no need to rush him back out there. But I'll be interested to see if he plays this week.
Okay.
I don't think they pay Cook. They'll draft another running back. They're not paying running backs. It's just not happening. And if they do pay him, it's not going to be a lot. It's going to be a below average market deal for 1 year, just like they did Singletary.
Well, we're live, Mr. Fulton. It's impossible to listen to any songs right now. Or we would. I promise I would. But I can't. I'm on a podcast.
Yeah. Right? We still have a shot. 1 seed of Mahomes' ankle screwed. I mean, they do have, Carson Wentz as their backup quarterback.
Right, which is a
really good backup.
And I will say this. Andy Reid has done very well with backups. Very well. So I want to be super concerned if I'm Kansas City if Mahomes doesn't play, because they've done just fine with backups.
They also have a two-game lead on us, so they may
said
it this week and then bring him back for Pittsburgh.
I think Cowherd said it. He was like, Andy Reid's the quarterback whisperer.
You're not wrong. Think about what he's done with people.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Even when backups come in, he just knows how to use them the right way. Like, he's not trying to make them Patrick Mahomes. He knows their strengths, what they do well, and that's what I like about him. Like, that's what Mike McDaniel did the opposite of. Try to make everyone play like Tua when they weren't Tua. And that's why they were terrible. Like, of course.
Let's keep Allen in the practice squad at age 65.
Right. Yeah.
I think they sit Mahomes.
They may.
Mahomes against Houston.
They may.
If they win.
High ankle sprain. Boy, that's a painful thing.
If Houston wins, they play him against the Steelers. I agree, Spen. I think that's absolutely, knowing they have a 2-game lead, that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But he's also superhuman, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's out there just limping around. I think it's a mistake if they do that. You're playing with the franchise.
Bold prediction.
Bills get to 1 seed. Book it.
It could happen. It's slim, but Chiefs are not playing at a high level, and especially if Mahomes isn't 100 and they're not really playing good when he was 100. Now, mind you, they always find a way to win, so that's why I'm saying still a slim chance. They are the Chiefs, and things do bounce their way. Right? So I'm not going to.
He's just gonna. They're gonna.
I'm not doing that
Carson
bold
Wentz.
prediction.
I'm Carson Wentz. They're gonna run the ball, play strong defense, and find a way to win it at the end.
Absolutely.
That's what they do. KC
Absolutely.
ran out of horseshoes. Now it's wins 2 games. I stand corrected. KC's horseshoes permanently lodge up to horses. Oh, Randy,
hey-o.
Thank you for the super chat.
Let's hit that. Thank you so much, Randy. Appreciate it, man.
And Merry Christmas to you and your family. Enjoy the holidays. Be safe over the holidays as well. A lot of crazies out there on the streets.
Yep.
You know, so try to stay indoors during those crazy times.
Yes, sir.
You know, I used to give my staff, you know, a safety brief before we left for the holidays. You know,
Yeah.
it was the same safety brief I got when I was in the military. My sergeant used to say, you know, oh God, what was it? It's the same one all the time too. It's something like, you know, the holidays are coming up. Wish you and your family, you know, happy holidays. You know, you are all adults. If you decide to drink, don't drive. If you decide to drink and drive, do not call me because I will not come get you. And you will not have your job when you get back.
Right. I'm a homebody, bro, so I don't go nowhere except for work.
Like my old
good.
sergeant used to say that when I was in the military, and it's kind of stuck with me. So I used to give my staff, you know, because they were all a bunch of kids, same kind of safety brief before they left. You know,
it's a good thing. It's true.
Yep. Sorry about those high ankle sprains. We'll catch up to Mahomes because this is 4 years straight he suffered. It is. Even Mick Wright said something about that. He's like, the only thing I want out of this game is him to come out not limping, and he came out limping.
That's crazy.
It was very generous. Thank you again, Randy. Very much appreciated. Okay, Tommy, I've gone through my around the league. Do we want to do the good, the bad, and the ugly?
We do.
The good. The bad. The ugly.
I love that. I do. I love that. All right, let's start with the good. And we're going to start with our offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, who was in his bag from the get-go. I loved how he matched up the running backs on the linebackers and the tight ends on the linebackers. He saw the mismatch, knew they were going to play man-to-man, and he exploited the crap out of it.
And, dude, it was funny because I talked about that pregame. I'm like, when are they going to get the running backs back involved in the passing game? And sure as shit, he did. And it couldn't have come at a better time because I don't think the Lions were expecting that at all. They weren't, because they probably looked at our film over the last how many games and said, they're not going to their running backs in the passing game. I'm just throwing that out there, right? And boy, but I will say this real quick too. If you watch the All 22, which you did, you said you did.
I did.
Ty Johnson made some unbelievable catches.
Sliding catch was just disgusting. The one that he made where Josh almost overthrew
the first
him
one
on the sidelines.
Was the first one over the shoulder is never easy, right? If receivers have a time for that, bro, he nailed that, caught that with perfect. The one that he dove for,
the sliding one
in the middle, was unbelievable. There was really only one that was just that was right to him, right? I believe, right? Wasn't it the one? Or no, he kind of overthrew it a little bit.
Yeah, the one that down the sideline.
Yeah. So I mean, he made some remarkable catches.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just like I said. I did a video earlier. I'm like, yo, it wasn't like Ty Johnson was just getting some dink and dunks, and the defense was, you know what I mean? Like, dude was making some remarkable plays out there. So give it up to Ty Johnson as well.
Yep. Tommy, any updates on wide receiver Grant DeBose?
Yes. He's still in the hospital.
He's in the hospital. He has feeling in all of his extremities. They came back. He has a vicious concussion. He's still being monitored due to his head injury, but everything else is looking up. It looks like he's going to make a full recovery.
Yeah, it was great. I never seen a player get their jersey cut off like that, though.
It was bad.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, we've had a few of those.
It's been a while.
Yep. Okay. So other goods. How do you not talk about JA-17 MVP?
Absolutely.
The MVP. Listen, it's funny that I told you yesterday in the post game. Watch, they're going to move the goalpost on him again. Half of the national media said, Josh is the MVP. The other half is moving the goalpost, saying, "Oh, it's Lamar. Lamar had 5 touchdowns against the Giants."
Oh God. See, I don't. That's why I don't listen to the national media, bro. Listen, I said this also too in one of my videos today, Mikey. If Josh Allen gets screwed of the MVP, I will tell you, you should do the same, and everybody out there that's a football fan, not even a Bills fan, should just not give a fuck anymore about the MVP, because to me, then it's a pointless it's a pointless trophy. It means nothing, because if it's not going to the right person who deserves it, then then what is it about? Like, you know what I'm saying? So why should we cheer? Why should we give a fuck about something that isn't rightfully given?
And it's a writers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's a media award.
Right.
Not even an NFL award. It's a media award.
That's what I mean. It's their decision. I get that. But my point is, if it doesn't go to Allen this year, then I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be a homer, like anyone around the NFL knows what Josh Allen's doing right now. If it doesn't go to Allen,
doing it with.
Right. Exactly. That too. And how the whole season started, where Josh Allen and the Bills aren't going to go anywhere. He has no help. He's not going to be. Josh Allen's going to not. He's
the narrative award.
Right. So he's done so much. He's setting records. Like, bro, you have to look at all that and say, bro, like, what else can the guy do? And once again, if they snub him again, bro, don't even give a fuck about that award, guys, anymore, because it's pointless. It doesn't mean nothing. Yeah,
he's like, yeah, they're not going to give it to me. I don't care.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? And I don't think we should either anymore, because that's not right, bro.
Yeah, let's see if they snub him this year.
Yeah,
James Cook is part of the good.
Absolutely.
14 carries, 105, 2 touchdowns. Can't complain about that. How about Ty Johnson? We already talked about him, right? Ty Johnson being a monster.
Absolutely.
The team in receiving, 5 catches, 114 yards. Let's talk about Mr. Keon Coleman, 1 catch, 64 yards.
Yeah. He did not want to go down, boy. They were having a tough time. You saw 2 guys where it's like, and he's just, bro, it was like he was just like slowly walking for extra yardage. What the ball? If you go back to that play, I'm like, this is funny, man. Like, and they could not take him down. It took him a minute. He gained like 5 more yards walking. 2 guys dragging on him.
Oh, Randy, it got worse. Did you see the Ravens put out? He's one of one, the only person to ever have a 80% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 300 yards game. But Josh did it a few years ago against the Patriots in the playoffs. Like, what are you like? Do you not even fact check yourself? Right. Like, the Ravens put this out.
Yes.
They got cooked on the internet. It's insane. They just keep moving. They just keep moving the goalpost. But they have to do something, because they have to have something to talk about.
Oh, by the way, and I know we're going to still do the that, but so I read this earlier today. So we have now hit 8 times in a row with 30+ points.
Yeah.
We tied the record. So just a heads up, guys, if we get 30 points against the Patriots, we will have a new NFL record. So that's pretty damn cool.
Do you know the teams that we're tied with?
I don't know the teams, no.
I
don't think that was
the 07 Patriots with Moss, the prime Patriots with Brady in 2010, the Greatest Show on Turf, and the 13 Broncos with Peyton.
Okay. So did you want to know? Did you also read this? 6 different players have led the team in receiving yards in those games. Did you see that one? And the 30 points. So 6 different players on our team have led the team in receiving yards in those 8 consecutive games.
Jesus.
That we scored 30. So Khalil Shakir 3 times, Keon Coleman, Ray Davis, Matt Collins, Dawson Knox, Ty Johnson.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, it tells you we stuck to what Joe Brady wanted, which is everybody eats, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. How do we think, before we move on, Dallas wants to know, how do you think Cooper's playing? I think Cooper's been fine. My favorite part about Cooper is he wasn't even targeted yesterday, and you heard 0 complaints.
Yeah. Can you believe Bill's Wire? Because I do my stock up, stock down game of stock down.
for not getting targeted? How's that his fault?
I have no idea. So I said, I told my silent co-host, Bill's Wire, I strongly disagree, my friends. So I took him off my stock down list, right? Because that's crazy to me.
That silent slide that Josh pulled off. He was hamming it up for the camera, slow motion and everything. Dude, Josh was in his bag yesterday. The crazy thing is, Josh slid there. We ended up kicking a field goal on that one. If he keeps running, he might score.
Yeah.
When he slid?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I love having him around. His presence alone changes things for us. 7 Eastern. I'm not home from work at 7 Eastern, Mr. Fulton. And I believe Tony's working on Thursdays at that time. Thank you though. Yeah, if I get a chance, I will absolutely tune in. But I'm not usually home from work by that time.
I mean, if you want, send me a link. Send me a link to my email because I'm sure there'll be a rewatch, right? Right? Like we can rewatch it, and I'll rewatch it when I get home from work. Okay.
Yep. No, I didn't see that. It's so biased. But then it's sad. There's no comparison. Allen dominating this year, best quarterback I've ever seen. Yeah, listen, we just need to take it in and enjoy it. Like really, we need to sit back and just enjoy what we're watching.
Yeah,
and not be so worried about the Super Bowl and the MVP and just soak it up. Because listen, guys, we waited. Like Jim Kelly wasn't what we're seeing with Josh Allen.
No,
and we waited a long freaking time to have.
It's not even close. Not even close.
We just need to really enjoy the guy while we can.
Yeah, that's why we keep saying this is not. He's just different, man. He's different in so many ways, and he's a good guy. Good guy. Like he's a good guy on and off the field too. It's not like he's like we're worrying about his off-field issues. You know what I mean? Like he's just a genuine good person, and he's a fucking hell of a player that you just cannot find. Like these guys just don't come around often. So yeah, dude, I've been like I said, I haven't been watching football as long as you, Randy, but I've been watching since 1989. And yeah, I've seen some special quarterbacks through my lifetime. For sure. Like Dan Marino, for me, best pure passer I've ever seen. Like I've seen that guy live. His arm was just unbelievable. I saw Joe Montana,
John Elway.
Elway, obviously Jim Kelly, Randall Cunningham. I was like, dude, I was a big Randall Cunningham fan because he was so different at the time. Yeah. Mike Vick, before I hated Mike Vick because of the dog thing, I thought he was so unique and different.
The Michael Vick experience.
Exactly. Like I saw a lot.
Steve Young. Oh God, he was so
dude. Peyton Manning, and then obviously, like, there's been so much like awesome talent. But you're right. I don't know if I've seen
Steve McNair
this much in one guy. Of course, Aaron McNair. Yeah, bro, got to a Super Bowl. But there's been a lot. Like I said, there's been so many really great, and a lot of these guys are Hall of Fame quarterbacks we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a guy like
Rodgers and Mahomes now and Josh and Burrow and Lamar.
Mahomes is up there too. I will say this, and I know you guys are going to hate me for that, but you can't deny what Mahomes has done.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen could be the same thing Mahomes is if he would have landed with
in Kansas City. I agree with you. He would have Super Bowls as well. 100%.
I think Mahomes is an extremely talented quarterback who was dropped into a perfect situation.
Very perfect. Yeah. Yeah. But he's special too. He does.
He absolutely is.
He has ice in his veins,
that
bro.
Can do, and he has that same ability that Josh has.
Yeah, and he doesn't the pressure like same with Josh. Like he doesn't like. All right, we're down. Like you always feel comfortable when you got those quarterbacks, even if you're down.
They put up a paywall for Tommy. No, that's stock down on. Yeah, it's some BS. You don't stock down him. Yeah, Allen is a generational talent, a multi-generational talent. Like we're not going to see another guy like that for a while. Like everyone thought Anthony Richardson was going to be that. We said, when Josh became good, he was going to, get GMs fired because people were going to take chances on guys like that.
Yep.
It's crazy. I don't think there's been so many good QBs at once like we have now. It's a different game now. Like kids are now just going to like passing camps from the time that they're little, and like that's all they do. It's crazy.
But you could also say that in most pro sports. I'm just not trying to like reflect off that, but basketball players now compared to basketball players in the 70s is
yeah, because now they have AAU and all those different
right.
things.
That's something. Well,
And
they're also more athletic. They're bigger. I'm just
Stronger,
throwing that out
faster.
there. Too stronger, faster.
Technology's
Yes. So
better. Supplements are better.
exactly. So like
everything's better.
Right. Now, but speaking of that, that's why I do go back in time on some of these players that have records that are still standing, that did it in less time, less medicine and all that other crazy crap to make them bigger, stronger, faster. And these records still haven't been broken. And I'll continue to say it. Bruce motherfucking Smith, who all he did was go on a fucking what was it? The Stairmaster, right? That was his workout.
That guy was so big and just like,
dude. But he you know what he said? He went on the stair thing because he knew he didn't want to mess his legs up by running on cement or whatever. So he did the stair. He was smart. He knew how to protect his knees, which is the most important thing.
Yeah,
but dude, that guy, consistent, like. I don't listen. I know records are meant to be broken, but that's going to be a tough one.
Physically gifted, kind of like
physically
Josh,
gifted,
just physically gifted. Just was. Given that gift.
I just hate. I'll be honest with you. Like that. Listen, I just hate that they don't really talk about that record. They don't.
What,
they do not give. Yeah, they don't really give him his credit, bro.
Because no one's close to it.
I know, but that's the amazing thing. You know what I mean? Like. Records are being broken left and right. Like, like you know what I mean? Like, oh, Josh Allen, this, like, it is special. But I'm just saying, like, there'll be a new guy, this guy. Like, it's always be a quarterback's breaking this. All
it's usually when I talk about the record, though, is when it's getting ready to be broken. Like, I don't see it ever being broken. We sat down, we went through this, Tommy.
Don't.
Of how like TJ Watts and Myles Garrett and all those guys, they have to play into their 40s and still do what he did.
Consistent. No injuries.
And
like
with the money they make nowadays, there's no way any of these guys are playing that long.
No, and they're retiring early now. Like you would have to be, like Mikey said, injury free. You want that fucking record so bad that you're willing to stay in the league. And look, I'll tell you who's trying to do it, and he's so far off. Von Miller. Von Miller could he's getting up there in age, and he is nowhere near it, and he will not get it. And he tried. Remember, he was one of that record. I think he passed Derek Thomas though recently. Somebody passed Derek Thomas, wasn't it?
It's probably Vaughn.
It was like, no, it wasn't Vaughn. Fuck, who was it? It was. I'll have to think about it later. But he was a big Derek Thomas fan.
Okay,
I don't remember. Damn it.
Am I good to get back to Good, Bad, and Ugly?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. We left off with the running backs, and we went in the wide receivers. Shakir. That little, like, first off, how he gets open all the time is just stupidly good. But I loved that little fake, pitch underneath. That was such a Kansas City play. They run that all the time.
Yeah, that was sweet.
It was awesome. Want to talk about our defensive line? Line them all up, all on the good list. The entire defensive line. Ed Oliver with a special shout out. With depending on what service you use, PFF had him at 9. Next Gen had him at 10 pressures. So gotta shout him out. Want to shout out Elam. We talked about him earlier. Elam was good, man. Elam was good, and then that kind of covers Bobby Babich for the first 3 quarters.
Yep, I agree with that.
Bobby Babich for the first 3 quarters. Like, it was 35-14 going into the 4th. So,
yeah.
At the end of the day, he did what he had to do. Bad. Where do I start? Bobby Babich in the 4th quarter. We talked about this earlier. I didn't hate what he was trying to do. I hated the execution of what he's trying to do, and he didn't get out of it, which bothered me when it stopped. Our safeties, I did not think Cam Lewis had a good game. Didn't.
No, he didn't. He did not. Yeah,
he's too small to be playing safety. Our backups, Braylon Spector, was really bad, really bad. what's his name? Kareem Jackson. Really bad. Our backers, Milano, kind of struggled most of the game. Both
He
of
did.
them, they kind of struggled most of the game. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't pretty for them.
No.
You know, I don't want to really put anybody on the offensive line as bad. Bass can't miss the freaking chip shot field goal, buddy.
24 yards. By the way, stock down I gave him because that's.
But he made the 50 when we needed him to.
I don't give a shit. You cannot miss a 24-yard field goal in a fucking dome.
Yeah.
There's no wind, nothing going on. Like the other guy, yeah, he missed it, but it was a 52-yard. I'm just saying, like, I get Bass made up for it for the 50, but good Lord, 24 yards, stop it. I mean, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. So, and then Ugly, our special teams coach.
Yeah.
Penalties that cost us. Red zone execution when you have freaking 3rd and 1 from the 1 and you have a chance to go up 2 scores and you decide to freaking try to throw the ball rather than QB sneaking it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Getting too cute. So those were my uglies. I didn't even put McDermott in the good, bad, or ugly. He was just there.
Yeah, I didn't have. You know what? I put him on a stock up for the first 3 quarters on my stock up, stock down. I think I put all the coaching staff. I thought they played well up to the last quarter, and they kind of just I don't know. I
thought Brady was good. Outside of that one, just boneheaded.
Yeah, like I gave McDermott credit too because we had no practice. He got he rallied the troops. I'm sure he got them mentally prepared as best as he can for a game that they had no practice. You know what I mean? Like, so he did what he had to do with no practice basically. Mm-hmm. So I give him credit for having the team ready because put it this way, if they could have gone out there and played like shit and we would have been like, well, they had no practice all week. You get what I'm saying? Like, it would have been just the thing we talked about. Oh, that really hurt. No practice. So you got to give the coach credit. He got his guys to play up for having no practice for the whole week against the best NFL team at the time. And they played at a high level for most of the game. So yeah, that's why I gave him the
Jason, I'll give you that. Ugly 19 missed tackles.
Oh, terrible.
Our tackling was just bad. And that's part of the reason why those chunk plays happened is because we missed so many freaking tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't look that bad if you go back and watch it and we actually make the first tackle where we're supposed to. It's a lot of short stuff.
Yeah. No, missed tackles
are 7-8 yard catch and then we tackle them. But it was a catch at 7 or 8 yards and then run for 10 more.
I agree. Got to be better than that.
Horrible. In the dome, I know. In the dome. So that's my good, my bad, my ugly for this week.
Nice, Mikey. Good job, Mikey.
I'm Prison Mike.
That's right. Prison Mike.
Oh, good Lord. So, do you see what I put there right there in a little ticker? Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. That's been like my thing all year. I wish the Bills would put that in their locker room. Like, that's what I want to see because we did that again in this game. I felt like we didn't do it in the Rams game. We didn't strike first. We didn't strike hard. We came back. But if they continue to strike first, strike hard, get up on teams, we're going to do very well.
Yeah, this game we struck first, struck hard, but we didn't.
We didn't. We showed them some mercy at the end. I agree.
Yeah.
So we need all 3 phases there, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to be a part of Cobra Kai.
Oh my God, Spin! These games are so freaking bad. These Monday Night Football games are so bad.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, they're terrible.
Terrible.
I hate, by the way, when they put 2 on too. Like, I don't need a double header. Like, why don't you just put a real good game on instead of giving me 2 crap games?
12-3. Come on. It's like watching the Rams Niners all over again on Thursday night. Jesus.
Right.
Says, I agree, Tommy. Really amazing to win with that one practice.
Yeah.
This D, though, being called out by just about every analyst, giving up intermediate passes all day. I did some blitz. You want to know what's funny? The analysts all day long talked about all the injuries that the Lions were going through, but not one of them mentioned that we were missing our entire secondary.
They never do. Bro, I watched the guy's channel today. I never heard of the guy, but he's a Lions fan. I just was curious. And he kept calling James Cook Dalvin Cook. He's like, man, this guy's been on multiple teams. Like, here we go. This is reason. Here's my point about people who know nothing about football, doesn't watch football, doesn't know the team. He's calling him Dalvin Cook, and he's trash. He's been on multiple teams. Good Lord, help me. Why are you doing a football podcast?
Oh, my God. There's so many of those out there.
Why? Good Lord.
My favorites are the little shorts that people are doing, talking about Josh Allen being the MVP, and all they do is look at stats. Look at the stats. Joe Burrow should be the number one MVP because look at his stats.
I can't stand
it. Do you understand what MVP means?
Right,
Josh Allen's surrounded by all this talent.
Like I said, man. And by the way, too, and that thing, when we got off the air last night, that lucky comment bothered me so much.
It's stuck in your brain, didn't it?
It really shouldn't. But I'm gonna tell you like this: there is no luck in sports. Period. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all think. If you guys think there's any luck, I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't give a fuck if it doesn't matter. That's not luck. It's just the way it happened. The only luck there is in life, I feel like, is like lottery. You know what I mean? Shit like that where it's unpredictable. You're putting numbers out there. It's fucking like the balls are just coming up. You know what I mean? Like it's not in your control. Luck. Fantasy football's luck. That too, but that's my point. It's out of your control. Sports, I'm saying. Like even a guy, like I'm just throwing this out there. Even a guy, let's say you pick a fan, they go and shoot the halftime, the half court shot and it goes in. Right? You could say it's luck, but he just happened to shoot it right. Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there. Like I don't believe in that. And we go back to the game. Was it luck that St. Brown fumbled? No, that's a hell of a football play. You guys, was it luck you went 3 and out on your first 2 series and we got up? No, that's football. It's a game of inches. It's a game of turnovers. It happens. There's no luck. It's just the better team won that day, right? Like it'd be like us going, when we lost to the Rams, they got lucky. Lucky, man. No, they didn't get lucky. They were the better team. They were the better team that day.
I'm learning more about you today than I thought I was gonna.
Yeah, dude. I hate that. Luck. Not that kind of luck. Not when it comes to like what you control. I don't believe that. No, absolutely not.
Dude, the Detroit fans were distraught.
Bro, I cannot believe I was so disappointed in some of them. Now, mind you, there's not all of them, and it's not only Detroit fans, and I'm sure there's some salty Bills fans that do the same dumb shit. But I'm gonna tell y'all, don't do that. Don't be that fan. Listen, like if we lose a game, don't be like that.
You can be mad at your head coach, or you can be mad at the team.
Exactly.
Mad at the player.
You can point things out, like why you feel like you lost, but don't be salty like that. Luck, get the fuck out of here with that. Like that's bullshit. That's a sad fan.
It really bothered you. I don't know. I'd say
it did because I hate that shit.
In their ass, just saying. Or they're super prepared to all the tiny details.
That's what I'm saying. It's not luck, bro.
You can call it stupidity, like the center snapping the ball without the quarterback looking. That's not luck.
Exactly.
That's
not luck.
That's a play by that guy.
Stupid play. Your head coach fucking doing an onside kick with 12 minutes ago. That's not luck. That's just fucking him being dumb. That's nothing to do with us. So there's no luck there, guy.
Tommy all jacked up on Monday night. I know it started with me being all high strung. Now it goes to Tommy. Like that lucky comment really got to you.
I hate stupidity like that, dude. Like I don't like that because I don't do. Bro, you know when I used to do that, Mikey? When I was young and I didn't understand sports and shit, and I would say, y'all got lucky. Y'all got lucky. Why? What are you talking about? Do you watch football? Like I wish somebody was around when I was young.
You realize the Bills have the second most regular season wins, since 2017. What are you talking about?
Have you fucking watched football lately, or did you just wake up and saw the Lions were good and be like, bro, they're the fucking best team ever. Nobody can beat us.
Oh God, Detroit fans acting like the fans post game. Surprised.
Yeah, bro.
They thought
crazy,
they thought they were going to dog walk us after. Wake up to what?
I'm up.
Yep.
What's going on?
I don't know. He just said wake up.
I'm up. I
Yep,
promise. I'm up.
Yep.
I'm up.
It's funny. Like the Lions fans really thought after watching what they did, what the Rams did to us, that they were just gonna come in and we were gonna come in.
It's funny, man. Like they want to live off the previous week you played your one bad game, which by the way, every team has a bad game. I'll say it again. It's very tough to win week in and week out in the NFL. In any sport, it's so tough to win consistently.
Yeah,
you're going to have a bad game. You're going to meet a team that has your number that game. It doesn't mean, by the way, that team is ultimately better than your team. It just means they played a better game and got the win. It happens. The Raiders aren't better than the Ravens. They beat the fucking Ravens. They were better that game.
Team switching. We got Tommy. My brother's like that with team switching.
Oh, dude, I can't stand.
You know
that.
what, Beth? They used to say the same thing about the Patriots, and it never fell out of their butt. They were just good.
Absolutely, yeah. They also got like some football gods on their side. They really do, but that's not luck. They just do, man.
I don't know. We have a Mahomes boy in here. Tell me.
He said wake up. I don't know. I'm up. People are up.
Can you tell me what are the odds that Mahomes plays this weekend?
See, the refs. I talked about the refs too. I gave the refs stock up. I really didn't think they were that bad.
They made a couple really egregious
of course,
calls,
but I didn't think it was over. I didn't think it was crazy. Like so many penalties in the game where it's like it made the game a different kind. Bro, there was a shit ton of points scored. Trust me when I tell you. The refs weren't that crazy on their penalties. Like it went both ways. It wasn't egregious.
Flag in their pocket. I think it's just at the times they threw, like the Josh Allen's last touchdown pass.
Yeah, there wasn't
holding. It was textbook how everybody plays.
But, I agree, but you're going to
get to that.
Exactly. But for most of the game, they were in the pocket. So I have to say they've been terrible all year. But that game, I didn't feel like they made a difference for either team. It was very minimal on the flags.
Yeah. All right, dude. We've been on here for an hour.
I think it's a wrap. Minutes. It is a wrap. So guys, we will be back. Oh, actually, Wednesday will be. Is it tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Wow, I'm losing my mind. Wednesday will be Mafia Talk with Jay and Big Cuz at 8:00. You don't want to miss that. They'll be recapping the Lions game, and then Friday will be me and Mikey on Friday Night Lights at 9 p.m. You don't want to miss that. Then, of course, Saturday, you're still got a fantasy show, right? You're not done yet, correct? So Fantasy Kingdom at 2 p.m. 2 more weeks. All right, so you got 2 more weeks of Mikey and Howie. They will be back at 2 p.m. And then AFCE Shakedown is at 4 p.m. And then, of course, pregame, postgame. By the way, I don't know if you know this, Mikey, but the Sunday game was moved from 1 to 4 o'clock. Or 4:25, something like that, but it was moved. It's not a 1 o'clock game anymore. Did you know that?
What?
Were you aware of it? The Sunday game was scheduled for 1. It has been moved to 4.
The Bills game?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I got an email from the Buffalo Bills, actually. Right here, 4:25.
This Sunday is going to be at 4:25?
Yes. Sunday, December 22nd. The game is now at 4:25. Schedule update, and that's from the Buffalo Bills.
I wonder why.
I got my email update.
I wonder why.
So I had no idea, but I just want to let you guys know 4:25. So don't be expecting the game at 1.
Yep. And before we bounce out,
my
homeboy says you play Mahomes this weekend, rest him starters on Christmas when the Broncos clinch a playoff seed. Week 18 is meaningless for the Broncos. Denver's will treat it like a bye week. You play the starters. So he thinks Mahomes is playing this weekend.
Oh, you think he's playing? Wow. Okay. Ooh, man, shaky. It depends on how bad that sprain. High ankle sprains are rough, bro, to deal with. Just throwing that out there. I don't know, man. But hey, he's a tough guy.
Say resign McDermott to a new 2-year contract and cook 10 times better than Singletary.
Yeah, neither one of that. I like.
CBS rather show Pat's Bills than the Jags Raiders. That's why.
Right. That's funny. Right. Yeah.
It's more fun to watch Josh Allen play than it would be to watch either one of those quarterbacks play. So
yeah, probably.
All right, let's get
all
out
right,
of here.
guys. So we're out of here, man. Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. Peace out.
Go Bills.